Hello everyone, I'm Jay Santosh. Today we're going to discuss about applicability of visual cryptography and MAC address in online voting system security. Since everyone's day-to-day schedule has become more incredibly hectic, many people have stopped voting in person. One solution to this issue is online voting. However, there are several drawbacks to voting online as there are questions about protection and privacy. Phishing is a very popular attack tactic used by attackers to seduce the electorate in order to state the abuse the credentials of legitimate users. The main goal of this paper is to find the safest way to hold an election that ensures secrecy, fairness, and privacy by implementing adequate security measures that enable voters to vote using visual cryptography and MAC address reading. At the time of creation of the account, two similar shares are produced. One is shared with the voter, another share is available on the system servers for user login at the time of election. When a user opens the file that contains the share, the MAC address of the user's machine is stored, and the word and the count variable will be modified from 0 to 1. The count variable is used to ensure that no third person access the file that contains the share. These two shares will be matched by using a VC scheme after the MAC address and value of the count variable are verified for the referendum. Users or citizens should be educated on how to vote online. Introduction. Voting is the most fundamental concept of choosing representatives in various fields, as it provides each and every individual with an equal and fair chance. There are several types of voting systems that have been developed in the past for the purpose of achieving a secure and convenient voting system. And every voting system has to follow some standard guidelines that are laid down by constitution regulatory. Maximum participation is the key factor for making any election result successful. But with traditional systems of ballot paper, the electronic voting machines, it cannot be achieved, and for that, the solution is online voting system. The term online voting system refers to a method of voting that takes place entirely online. E-voting is another name for it. The benefit of online voting is that electors can vote when it is convenient for them. In an online voting system, a voter can vote remotely without any difficulty. It maintains consistency of two stages. The first is the registration step, which is done by the administrator for security reasons. Second, after registering, the voter is assigned an ID that he or she can use to log in the system and cast his or her vote. If the voter information is incomplete or incorrect, he or she is not eligible to vote. It also minimizes the vote counting error. This system also increases the voting percentage as voter need not to be lined up in the long queue to cast his or her vote. Using e-voting system, we have many advantages, but with these advantages comes a number of security threats that we have to face while implementing this system of voting. These threats can be listed as attack on availability, ID spoof attack, password attack, keywords. Online voting system. Introduction. Voting is the most fundamental concept of choosing representative. Related work. The success rate of an electronic voting system depends on the security, authenticity, and integrity of different phases of election process. To obtain this, various techniques like Steganography, cryptography, and combination of both are used to ensure fair and credible elections. But seeing that number of transactions over the internet is increasing day by day, some researchers thought the internet could be used for conducting elections. These they used IBES, which is an identity-based encryption system to make the election fair and credible. Some researchers thought that cryptographic protocols could be used for online voting, which meets the security requirements. The bitwise XOR operation is used to generate votes and a blind signature scheme is used for authentication. Challenges in e-visual cryptography. Though the online voting system is very flexible due to its remote nature, ease of use, more convenience, reduced costs, and other benefits, it comes with some challenges too. In an online voting system, there is a challenge of phishing attacks where a legitimate user is redirected to a fake page that appears to be original. A legitimate user then uploads their credentials on a fake website, which can be now misused by the attacker. Now, there is a great possibility that an attacker is an insider person who knows the user has to upload their share of images. So, there is a chance the attacker designs the fake website, which is also them to upload their share along with their other credentials, and this happens, the whole system is in jeopardy. Proposed work. As in the conventional method, there is a list of voters who will cast their votes. Similarly, the administrator will save voters' names along with their Aadhaar card numbers in a database. So first, the MAC address matching with count variable are checked, and if the conditions are satisfied, the server will check whether the uploaded share that results within the server match or not. If they got matched, the user will get access to cast their vote. Methodology. We will create an executable file that contains a program that will read the MAC address of the machine on the which file is opened. On reading the MAC address of the machine, there will be variable named count. Our program will increase the count value and send the MAC address to our server. The MAC address is then stored in the database along with the information about the user. This executable file will be attached to the image share which is created for the server. We will zip this file and send it to the user. When the user downloads the share from the email, he will extract the file and program will be executed on his machine, reading his MAC address, increasing the count from 10 to 1, and sending the MAC address to the server. Conclusions. Elections are essential to maintain the feeling of equality and fairness among people because they give each and every individual a chance to elect their representatives. So it becomes necessary that there be a free and fair. If this plan is adopted and voting percentage will be significantly increased. These are the references. Thank you.